Hey, Hutcherson here with the hype. Man, we're gonna start trying to do a weekly chat. Just talking about updating everybody, man. What's going on with the brands of Brunswick? I'm your Charles Hutcherson, local house shy guy. Man, I do like my occasional sports shop stuff though. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give it to my guy Jason, and then we'll get back into it.
Hey, Jay Maryland, Brunswick regional staffer. Not just a local house shot guy. You kind of see me a little bit everywhere. Competitive stuff, you know what I'm saying? Handicap, scratch, you name it. Wherever there's competitive action, I'm into it. Yeah, happy to be here. Let's get to it, Charles.
All righty. So again, I met this guy in Dallas. He's currently, I believe, still in Dallas, if I'm correct. Man, Midwest guy, Chicago, happened to bump into this guy who's from Detroit. So again, it just all made sense, man. Midwest connection is what I'm gonna try to get that thing going. Yeah, man. So this past season, what were you throwing in league tournaments? What was kind of your go-to when we get into my stuff?
Man, this past season, This past season, I kind of carried over the Phantom into last season, starting out. And then we transitioned to Verge Pearl, which was magic for me. That was probably right at the beginning of the year when if Mike Dole's watching or Nick Smith, they kind of know I put in these orders at times, and they're of large quantity of orders because I usually get to a lot of stuff all at once. And I just got to the Verge. Verge Pearl was special for me. After the Verge Pearl, I think I punched up a Hero Solid. That kind of took took over for a little bit. I threw that one exclusively for about a month and a half.
Okay.
Man, after that, Track Tempo, followed that up for a minute. And I mean, damn good Verge came into play. And Incognitos.
Man, okay. Tough.
Knockout. I forgot the knockout. I can't forget the knockout.
Well, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with that ball, but as me and you already kind of discussed, that ball is a bad drill for me. But again, when people say Brunswick stuff doesn't hook, I hope that is kind of gone at this point because there's so many good pieces across the board that, dude, it's kind of good. But if you still think it doesn't hook, try that knockout. I promise you, it won't disappoint. Won't disappoint in the back end reaction category. Yeah, man, for me, all last season, Proof Pearl, original Proof Solid, awesome piece. That was really that was my go-to bread and butter. Tournaments, drive out to Greensboro every now and then. It just looked good. And even on sport again, that was another huge piece. But also the Vapors on Solid, the gym that Jeremy always brought up, shot 300 with that one this past season. So again, I think I'm like on four or five. You know, I'm trying to catch up to you guys like yourself. with 30 to 100, 300s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to catch. I'm trying to catch Mr. Gohagan. I'm trying to catch Quentin Collins, Jordan Horns. AJ, all them guys who got 160 plus. Jim Stevens here in town, lefty, who every week he puts up 2-3 minutes. I wish I could throw it that good, but I greatly appreciate it too.
Hey, got you. So we are going to try to keep these relatively short. Like we're not going to set out to do an hour, but as things go on, as we get more guests, because we definitely want to have guests, some not house shop guys, some pro shop guys, discuss some layouts, layout services. Jeremy Briggs also, he plans to be on as well. He should be a reoccurring guy. And he is a driller. He's a master of surface. If you have any of those type of questions, I definitely direct them towards my guy, Jeremy Briggs. And man, he's the bridge between me and Jason. Just people that want some more background on myself and Jay. That both these guys, man, they solid dudes, and that's kind of why we are here right now. But yeah, man.
You can't mention Jeremy Briggs without also mentioning Joe Finland.
Don't get me in trouble. If Joe happens to see, if Joe's watching or sees this, Joe's gonna look at me like I'm the one who got you in the shop. Yes, Mr. Feinling is the one who who got me an opportunity with the bowling shops, Mr. Dino and himself, was like, man, let me mess with some videos, and really gave me opportunity to get in there and try to put some stuff together on my iPhone. And then, we just built it up to make some more cooler content now. So, but new releases, I know that's what, I mentioned, and that's what everybody's looking for. What's the most exciting one out of these July releases? I know there's stuff coming out in August, but let's not jump too far ahead, and let's stick with the July stuff.
Let's stick with the July stuff. All right. Well, for starters, for myself, the Stellar by Brunswick, to me, it's a lot of hype to me around it because it's a Versamax. It's bringing back that Versamax feel that a lot of us older bowlers used to enjoy back in the day. Not saying that I'm that much more older than you, Charles, but that Versamax core was special back in the day. And I would probably move mountains right now if anyone watching has a black Versamax that they're willing to sell because the ball is that good to me. So knowing that the Stellar is out and it's kind of having some of the same characteristics, I'm highly interested in it. I went with that one first only because it's a no-brainer to mention the purple.
Okay. And the purple, I actually have a couple clips of the purple. We get to that in a second. But I'm bowling the Sport League, bowling on a 34-foot pattern, and it gave me the best look on my pair. Now, mind you, this is also going to destroy the pair a little bit for other people on my pair. But again, I shot 877 for 4. Again, 230, 220, 230, 180, which again should have been a little bit higher, but missed a spare on some tough stuff. It happens. But let me get to this video really quickly of me throwing the purple. And this is on a kind of a in-between house shot, which it's not the best environment for it. But that's what I have some video footage of it. So just take a look real quick. Oh, missed that way too much. Okay, here we go, guys. Sorry about that.
Hey man, show one, man. We got to work out the kinks.
Yes, and that is not the purple. Let me get to the right video, guys. Bear with me.
Hey man, why was Buffalo spelled like that, man?
Our Buffalo Centers, man, in Raleigh. It's a great center, mom and pops. Their family owned. Love this place. Don't be doing that to Buffalo Lanes, man.
I just asked where I had never seen the E behind the Buffalo. But let's get back to the shot. Let's go.
Yeah, and that was another rougher shot.
I mean, everybody already. Majority of the bowlers have an idea of what urethane is for and the purpose. But explain what you were bowling on and what you saw. And I think when we were previously talking, you mentioned you now kind of see the use case for it and where it kind of fits in for you.
Oh man, this is definitely when the fronts are flooded. You need something to stand up. You definitely like this. That's where it kind of shines. When there's not a lot of volume up front, then it can almost out hook. Especially early. It's gonna pick up the lane just so early that it's unusable. In my opinion, unless you have that much speed, as you kind of saw. I don't throw the ball 20 miles per hour like some of those, all them lefties that you see throw this ball. But man, again, it has its place on sport patterns, on shorter patterns, even some medium patterns. I can have a look with this. Stand on the gutter, and keep your speed pretty firm. Stay under it, keep hitting it. Man, it looked awesome. So that's kind of where I see it in my bag. Kind of can double as a spare ball, but I don't advise. I think you should just get a spare ball, in my opinion, just because this thing does still hook. It still does hook. So, but yeah. So purple and a web pearl. Now I'm waiting on mine. I did order one, and I'm hearing just all types of crazy good things about that one.
Yeah. That after we spoke about it, I started looking into it some more, and it's like, man, I'm behind. Why is this order not in? And the order went in immediately for a web pearl as well as a web tour because I hadn't given and this is probably a good a good segue into this next section. But I hadn't given the web tour as much due diligence as I should have, because the numbers were close to the Phantom. I know the Phantom has more of a urethane reaction, even though it wasn't urethane, and I know the web tour actually has more continuations a little sooner. Like there's definitely characteristics of these two balls are different, but because the numbers were so close for me, I never punched the web tour until later. So I'm like, all right, well, let me go ahead and do this justice, get a whole new web tour, get a web pearl, and let's go ahead and mash these babies up. If it's like that, then I want that 1-2 combo for the rest of the season. If it's going to be like that.
Man, agreed. Jeremy, Mr. Briggs, I mentioned him before. Man, he said, man, this is better intel. Like he threw that out there at me. Like he's like, this is intel-esque. That's what he said. I know that's high praise. That's touchy, especially the radical, that radical quote. Like, that radical quote, man. Like, don't talk about no radical ball unless you talk about a bonus or something.
Yeah, because that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot, and I'm still sitting on some unpunched intels just because they are that good. And to hear that, yeah, I may have not ordered enough, Mr. Dole. If you happen to watch this, I may need to call you after we get off this show. Got you.
Yeah, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to all these releases, especially the Web Pearl and the Stellar. I had an original C system, the blue one. I think it was, I forgot what number, 3.5. I forgot which one it was, but it was the blue, black and white one. And that was kind of when I, getting into. I was in high school at that point, and it was good. It's a good ball, man. So I'm very curious to see what this new Stellar looks like. And I'm seeing Jason Turner, handful of other folks throw it. Man, it looks sweet. So I'm just ready for that one. But yeah, man, I'm trying to think. What are the other ones? Command Solid.
Yeah, Command Solid is one. Let's see. If you are, while I talk about this Command Solid, are you able to pull up the YouTube video on that one? I'll put you on the spot on that. But yeah, so the command, the initial command was also a sleeper ball. It was a ball that a lot of people just didn't gravitate towards, but this was a ball that Joe also had put me up on. Like, hey, this is a ball that you need to get. And we went out to the lanes. I watched him throw his. I mean, this ball made a very predominant motion down lane at the spot as far as and then through the pin deck. I wasn't expecting that from a Columbia piece. Hadn't seen Columbia ball kind of make that motion in a very long time. So knowing that what that one did, and the Solid actually is supposed to follow suit in that regard. So if you do find the video, then you'll kind of see what I'm speaking about. Well, yeah, from a Solid standpoint, the Command Solid actually reminds me of the Vapor Zone Solid a bit, as far as how much continuation that ball sees down lane at the spot. It blends it very well, gets around the corner, and gets through the pins very well. It also has the Vapor Zone Solid colors too. But it's good. 1500 grid surface on it out the box. Really can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with it. I'll probably slap 2000 on it for myself.
Yeah, man. I know you don't generally throw a ton of big ASIM solids most of the time for what you're bowling on.
Well, because when I find one I like, that one kind of stays in the bag. And Zing Hybrid was a ball that I didn't mention as far as the balls that I was throwing last season and what I'm still currently throwing. That ball has never left the bag. That is a tournament ball for me. That's the ball I took the Nationals 2 weeks ago. That ball was huge in teams for me. I mean, I only shot 653, but I mean, at Nationals for me, at 653 was enough to run the bracket table.
National. That's a whole nother topic, that I haven't touched.
Yeah, that ball has just been good, and Joe has one on his desk that he can't get rid of, and I think I'm gonna just have to go ahead and take that one because
I might have to give Joe another call before you do that. I'm just saying.
It's been there forever.
My slash replacement. Like I need that. I need that slash like replacement. I'm a huge katana. I got a fresh original katana, but I need that hybrid look for sure.
Yeah, but it's nothing else that makes that motion down lane at the spot like that to me.
Hey, man. So, alrighty. So we gonna get ready to kind of wrap this up. We got 5 minutes left. We're gonna kind of cut this at 20 minutes. But again, shirt, cool wig. My bad, wrong side. Cool wig. They got a little bit of everything. Shirts, jerseys, whatever you need. Kind of call them. They can do custom stuff. Big fan. Just got these in. That's all I'm rocking. If I'm not rocking some like my deviated brands from my guy over there, Jason Maryland, like to support my local peoples. You gotta support those people, man. So if I'm not cool with, I'm in something like that. But yeah, man, NBA playoffs. I want to because we're gonna sit here. I know we can end up going over time just talking about this NBA playoffs. So man, the Suns won game 1. What did you think, Mr. Maryland?
Chris Paul is 1-0 in the playoffs right now, man. My man is batting 1,000.
1,000.
And it's good to see him finally get here. He could have been here years ago if that trade didn't get blocked by the commissioner to send him to LA. So I mean, he probably could have been here, a couple times over already. But it's good to see him make it here in his career. He is playing just as good as he's been playing the past couple seasons. I would say it's not like I don't see any signs of slowdown. He is getting up there in age, but I mean, he is sharp right now. He's got some weapons behind him. Last but not least, I mean, DeAndre Ayton, who has looked like hot garbage all season.
I didn't know that. I was like, why was he drafted number 1? I was trying to figure it out. Honestly, I was like, yo, like this dude, like,
I'm not an Ayton fan, but in the playoffs, I don't know who this guy is with that jersey on, man. That guy is a monster down there. So yeah, I'm happy to see it. And actually, I want to see the Suns just go ahead and handle it, man. I'm still not a firm believer that Giannis is a superstar that everybody says he is, because he needs to develop more to his game. If it's not inside, if it's not in the paint anywhere, driving to the rack, it's just nothing else. It's not like, Brook Lopez has more range than Giannis has outside the paint, but Brook Lopez ain't getting Giannis money. So, but
yeah, and honestly, like I honestly believe, like if he just played more like Shaq, and that you just designated him that way, I know everybody would feel like he's not utilizing his whole talent. I'm like, but he can't shoot. Like him and Ben Simmons, are in the same category in my mind. Like now, mind you, Giannis isn't afraid to shoot. Ben Simmons look afraid to shoot at times, but again, we're talking about the Bucks. Dude, like, yeah, I think Giannis just needs to be designated as a 5. Stop bringing the ball up the court so much. You got a real point guard now. Let him do his thing. And Brook Lopez, when you come in, y'all just swap. Honestly. But dude, CP3, long time coming, man. I think, like you said, this is his series to lose. Like I think he has all the momentum. He has the killer, and that's on the court. Like I don't think anybody doubts that. He is the one, in my opinion. He didn't look like it. Mind you, he dropped 70 points. He dropped 70, right? He was the one dropping 52. So yeah, he has that. So now you gave him the backup he always needed. This is tough. This is tough.
And Pat Beverly pushed CP3 right on into the championship game with all the momentum possible. Pushed him right into the championship game. So yeah, I hope to see him pull it off. Like I said, it's been a long time coming. At least just for him to get to this point was I'm glad I saw that. And if he was able to pull it off, I think that kind of just puts him into a whole nother tier. He may retire right away. Who knows?
Yeah, I hope. Run it back one time.
Run it back one time.
Yeah, run it back one time. But next week, Joe finally already spoke with him. We'll try to have him on, get that lined up, see what's going on, Mr. Briggs, get him lined up, get him on here, man. And comment, let's get the conversation going, keep the conversation going. Web Pearl, Purple Hammer, that's all the hype around that ball. Man, you got some huge releases coming up down the road. And Mr. Maryland has a couple words to chime in real quick.
The Scorpion, that's also one that's coming out that we forgot to mention.
Scorpion. Yep.
That ball does look good. There's a couple videos out right now with Doherty throwing it. Doherty makes everything look good. But I mean, that ball looks like it's going to be a sleeper. Don't forget that one.
Oh, for sure. Hey, it's us, Charles Hutcherson, the hype, the rundown. Man, we're going to catch y'all next time. All right, man. Next week, same times when we shoot for. Not catch you, man. Charles Hutcherson, Jay Maryland. We out.
We out.